You know what? I got to run a fell race in the morning, so I'm gonna.
You going for a fell race?
Yeah. Windy Hill fell race in the morning. That's a 9 miler. I'm gonna go hit. I said if my legs were okay, I'd be all right to do that. But he leg kicked me a few times, but I think we're good. It might not be a personal best, but it's the main thing is getting out there, isn't it?
This is front row MMA at Cage Warriors 64, feeling old and fat with Matt Inman after his win here. Matt, first off, it was a three round war. We tried to research your opponent. Yeah. What did you know about him coming into this fight?
Yeah, we knew a fair bit. We've seen a bit of footage. Obviously, his record, a lot of submission wins. A really decent jits player, dangerous with submissions. It was a tough fight. We knew.
It seemed that certainly his look for the takedown a lot was quite. Were you more than happy to be on the back in those positions, though?
Yeah, I never like being on my back because it's somewhere in MMA you don't really want to be. It's very difficult to win off your back. I'm good defensively off my back. I don't think, with the exception of what happened with Mason, which I reckon was like 99 out of 100 times that will happen. I could defend on my back for 3-5s quite happily, but it's not somewhere you can win fights. The way the judging goes and stuff, you don't want to be on your back. So a little bit disappointed with that, but obviously they looked at the stuff, and I tell you what he was doing really well is every time I lifted my leg or something like that, he was on his shot. Every time I went to high kick, push kick, anything like that, he drilled to get in there on my shot, which makes it difficult. And I tell you what, it was sort of weird. It was an easy fight to dominate, but it was a very hard fight to finish. And I went in looking to finish, but I found that very difficult to do. 2 reasons. It was like on the feet, he backpedaled a lot, which made trying to finish him really difficult because he was always moving backwards. So I'd land the first shot, and then I'd be stretching for the next few shots. And on the ground, it was difficult to sort of let go of the ground and pound because he was always he was spinning under, looking for a leg, looking for an arm. And I wasn't unduly worried by that. I know I can defend it, but it's, you let loose and you want to go ground and pound, right, let's go now. And a lot of guys in the division, that'll work on, they're not that, with respect, they're not that great off the back. But this kid, he's dangerous submission, so I couldn't really let loose with the ground and pound. So it was a comfortable fight to dominate, but really hard to finish, which is what I wanted. So
you both looked for leg locks or ankle locks. So you exchanged that a little bit. Was there any point where you had it and you thought, I've got this, and he snuck out, or was it always transitional?
End of the first, I wouldn't be surprised, to be fair, if his Achilles and his knee are hurting because the Achilles lock was in and the heel hook was in, and I think he toughed it out. But I heard about those finish bonuses and I was going, leg lock, let's get some money. And no, it didn't quite happen. I'd also like to unreservedly apologise to anyone who was offended by mine and Carl's back and forth in the cage. I'm actually, I don't know how much the mic's picked up, but I'm a huge Eddie Bravo fan and I actually love rubber guards. So we were just messing with the opponent rather than meaning anything disrespectful to Eddie Bravo. I love rubber guard and stuff like that. Now, sorry, Eddie.
Well, one of the things about this fight, because it's the first time we've actually seen you fight live. We've seen you on video, we've chatted with you before, but your pace never changes, beginning to end.
You never watched me fight
Not live? No, not live. I don't think we've ever caught you live. It's first time for everything.
I thought we were boys.
Well, we are now.
After we roll together and everything.
Well, I'm glad to see you defend. No, he didn't even look for the headlock, so he must have known.
Well, the schoolboy headlock, everyone knows is my weakness, and I'm just glad he didn't lock it in like you did, because shit, my neck off that is still bad.
I still get twinges whenever I think about it. Look, the one thing, but your pace, it never changes. Not from the first to the third. It's you keep consistent. Is that one of the things that you always bring to the cage?
Yeah, I think so. I think the thing with me is like you hear a lot of guys who kind of, they get fit for a fight, they'll put an 8-10 week training camp in and they'll really blast through it. And in a way I do that, but the one thing I've always done is probably for the last 10 years, I've not taken a lot of days out of the gym, so I'm constantly training one way or another. It's not unusual for me to do 8 to 10 hours on the day and mat. That's with with work and stuff and doing class and just grappling with personal training, and then obviously on my fight training, and I like running and stuff like that in my spare time as well. So I think I've got a really good sort of cardio base on top of, and then when I put the extra little bits on with the fight camp, but that's always there for me now. I think if you find me on a treadmill now, I'll give you some decent results and stuff like that.
Yeah, 2013 wasn't a bad year for you, and this one started off well. How many times would you like to step into the cage this year?
Many as possible. I spoke to Cage Warriors. I said I'd like to get a few in before May, and then I've got exams in May, and my brother's getting married, so I might have to take a month off then. But then I'll get probably another. I don't think 6 or 7's out of the question this year if everything goes to plan.
Again, I thought it was a very technical performance, a very patient performance, and as you said a number of times, you dominated the rounds. There was
dominated, didn't finish, so not exactly what I wanted, but you live to fight another day, don't you?
Well, before we let you go, because again, you've got to go fell running tomorrow apparently, while some of us will be in bed with a coffee and maybe a pizza if I'm lucky.
Come, it's Oldham way. Come along.
Well, I might. Yeah, not if
9 miles.
Not if you've rolled with me. You know I'm good for 9 miles and more.
9 seconds.
9 seconds, and then we're all right. Look, before I let you go, mate, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, or any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Cage Warriors has always been, the best thing that's happened to me in MMA. Intensity Fight Management, Toxic Fightwear. Everyone at SBG, like especially Carl, my coach. He's not my dad, in fact. Everyone seems to be saying this weekend. Is that your dad? Is
that saying that you guys look the same?
Did I do Toxic Fightwear? Yes. Especially for this one, I tell you, who's been a really good training partner for me. You should look out for in a fortnight. Saul Rogers, who's come over and trained with us now. You might have noticed a slight improvement in my takedown defence. Not a massive improvement, and that's mainly due to drilling with Saul every day. He was a really good wrestler, so look out for him. And Toxic Fightwear, hooking me up with gear, and everyone who came along to support, and everyone back home who's watched on TV and Twitter.
You see how he did there? He got Toxic Fightwear in there 3 times and made it look accidental. That is a true pro.
Did I mention Toxic Fightwear?
You might have, but just in case.
From Raw MMA.
Awesome. Matt, thank you. A pleasure as always. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you.